Hey everyone, Paul, I Sam. Welcome to another At the Bench update. Before we get going today,
make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the little bell notifications, get notified of all our latest videos. Click the like button and leave a comment. I do read and reply to all the comments and appreciate everybody that takes the time to leave a comment on the channel. And of course, if you scroll up in the description, there's a link to a big long list of all the items I use in my videos. So if you see anything, you should be able to find it in there.
it's been about 5 days since the last bench update. I'm back soon. I can hear the drones. Oh, not again. But I've got 2 more finished projects today. Been busy. And a new one I'm going to start as well, which I'm really excited about. Been looking forward to building this. And that is the Ryefield Challenger. It's here. There's this box. There's all the sprues and the sprue stand. I am literally ready to start it now. Could have started last night, but I was a bit knackered after finishing the kit you're going to see in a minute, the Escort. And I thought, no, we'll start afresh tomorrow. We'll do a bench update. We'll talk about what we've done. And then we can get started afresh on that. I reviewed this the other day. It's on the channel. It's the second to last video. And it looks amazing. It looks a beautiful kit to build. And I'm really looking forward to this one. We've got them in stock at UMP. They did go out of stock straight away, instantly. There's another load on the way today, actually. In about 3 hours, they should be here. So they should be back on the site today. They should be on now, actually. And if you're thinking of getting one, I highly recommend it because it looks phenomenal. So itching to get started with that. Really excited for this one, so that's great. We've got a couple of finished builds, which we'll chat about. I've got good pictures of one and just some pictures on the bench of the other because I'm eager to get that one sent off to its new owner. And the first one is the Escort. So this is Belkits Mk1 Escort. I was asked to commission build this by a guy called Peter, who's given my permission to show it on here, which is great. And it's all done. Roger Clark's Mk1 Escort. Stunning looking car. I always loved the Mk1 and Mk2 Escorts. I built one of these ages ago. I built this one. And I've always wondered why I never built another one. And I've always thought, what put me off? And I remember now, it's the kit to build is fine. Putting everything together isn't. It's hard to explain, but it just doesn't flow. It doesn't fit together well. Everything is a nightmare to get in place. The windows, especially, are an absolute pig. Decals are not the greatest quality. They gave me some real issues trying to get those down. On the whole, the kit is okay. It's just getting it to fit together. The windows clip in from inside into the window shut, and you've got to be so careful doing it. The glass isn't the clearest. It's just a bit rough around the edges. We sell this kit, and we sell the Belkits, and I've built a few of them, and I've never been overly impressed by it. If I'm totally honest, and you know I'm honest, I know we sell the kits. I've never been overly impressed by the actual kits themselves, which is a real shame because they do some very, very interesting subjects that nobody else does, like the Mk1 Escort, the Polo WRC, the Mantas, and they're just let down by niggly bits that make them difficult to build, in my opinion. The decals are awful. They are not great decals at all. Yeah, it's a real shame. This has gone together really nice. The decals did give me a little bit of trouble in places. I saved them for the most part, which was good. And overall, I'll put some pictures up of the kit. So this is it. It's on my bench. It's not the best pictures in the world. Like I say, just eager to get it off to its own and to get the photo booth out. It's a good hour or so of work to do. So I just took some pictures on the bench, and it's going off to its new owner today. So it's Belkits Mk1 Escort, primed in UMP white primer, base coated in TS26 white. Kit decals are on, like I said, they were a bit troublesome in places, especially that blue stripe down the side. That was a real pig to do. It was 2K clear coated with gravity clear. We did a Tamiya black panel line wash. Kit chrome's left on. You will not replicate that kit chrome at all. So the kit chrome was left on. Like I say, final assembly isn't great. It is a bit of a pig to get together, especially that glass, but it's all in place. It all looks all right. The wheels were sprayed in Tamiya TS17, which are one of the go-to colours for a nice aluminum look colour. And again, getting those tyres over the wheels is a real pig. This is where the kit lets itself down, but overall it looks good. Obviously, there's one or two flaws in there. There is, sadly. There's a couple of spots of dust here and there that I just could not get out that clear coat. Polished to within an inch of its life in places. And as you know, if you build them, you only get so much 2K to work with before you run the risk of burning through. So it's a fine line between completely get rid of a flaw and thinking, right, okay, we're going to have to stop there. But yeah, it's come out well. I'm happy with it, and hopefully Peter will be happy with it as well. It should be with him tomorrow, and hopefully he'll display it where he wants to. So that's good. Good to get another one off the bench. Very, very nice to get that one off the bench. The other one we got done is the Tamiya 48 scale Abrams. Now this I really, really enjoyed. These 48 scale kits from Tamiya are fantastic. Really, really good. Really high quality. I think they're better than the 35th scale counterpart in some places. But this went together well. I think it took about a week to build and finish. Me and Sam built them together. Sam's still building his. He's waiting on some weather and materials. But didn't go heavily weathered. Try to remember what I did now. I've got some pictures of this, so I'll pop them up as a talk. So like I say, Tamiya's 48 scale M1A2 Abrams. Built complete out of the box. No extras on there at all, bar the stretch sprue antennas on the turret. We primed it in black UMP primer. It was then base painted in LP30, I think is light sand. I used lighter and darker tones of the sand colour to give highlights and lowlights to the model. We then did oil pin wash with some raw umber oils. I chose brown on this rather than the darker wash I've got, which is a real dark brown black, because I knew it'd stain the sand a bit and give it a real nice worn look, which it did absolutely fantastically. We then gave it an oil dot filter using various colours of oils from Winsor Newton. I think I used white, yellow and raw sienna on this. Didn't want to go too dark because we want to fade it, not make it any darker. Now what I did buy was some life colour liquid pigments. I got the dust, rain and dust set to get, and is it enhanced details? Let me just see, it's on the floor here. Detail emphasizer is what I got. And I followed the instructions, and I think it'd work well on, say, a green or a camo tank. On the yellow, it didn't look right. The dust was too pink. And I probably spent a good couple of hours following the instructions and the video online and everything, and just was not happy with the results. Like I said, I think on a darker colour it'll work well. On this light colour, the earth and the dark dirt colour they had, it just looked too pink. It looked odd. So luckily it's water soluble, so I literally hit it with water and their remover, and I could start fresh. The problem was I had to re-add all my pin wash, which was a bit of a pain. So what this has learnt me is new things are good to try, obviously, but you can't beat the old methods. So we did basically we did the pin wash, raw umber, we did the oil fading with the oils. We then came in with some UMP clay washes. Trying to think what I did now. I think we used sand airbrushed on to the side. We did airbrush some of the dust on there as well, using the, let me just see, yeah, we literally just airbrushed the wash over it, the clay wash sand from UMP. Not heavily, just very light in places. Along the sides, again, building up from the bottom to the top, heavier at the bottom, thinner at the top. I then put a little bit of light dirt in the sand to darken it just enough to see a difference. And again, we did a slightly darker at the bottom because, you know, the dirt on things like this accumulates at the bottom and works its way up to the top thinner, because that's where gravity takes it, and obviously the dirt is churned up at the bottom. So it's slightly darker at the bottom, lightens up at the top, and that effect looked great. I loved it. I airbrushed it on. It was a little bit too thick, so I then came in with a nice flat brush and dusted off probably a good 80% of the wash, leaving behind that ingrained look. If you spray our washes on a matte finish, it will ingrain into it. It's very difficult to remove then, and that is the exact look I want. Any sandy environment with this wind, it will erode, or not erode, but it will kind of sandblast the surface to a degree and ingrain, that's the word, ingrain itself on there. So while modern battle tanks are clean, they still show the signs of weathering from ingrained dirt, which can't be pressure washed off. And in a desert environment, they're not going to be kept as clean as in the motor pool or, the tank, what's the word, depot, I don't know what it is. So that's the look I went for. Brushed most of it off. That left it in the recesses, look like collect dust and dirt. The wheels, again, we dusted a little bit less off of there, probably about 60% in the wheels. And really happy with the look. I then dampened a flat brush again, and we dragged it down through the wash to give a streaking effect through there. And it shows just how versatile our UMP washes are. It worked absolutely fantastic and gave literally the exact look I wanted. Before we did any weathering, we also chipped it as well. I chipped it with AK steel. I forgot about it, using a sponge and a brush. The tracks were painted in LP17. I then hand painted the track pads, as I showed you in the last video. I then brush painted on that darker mix of the sand and light dirt all over the tracks, inside and out. And then again, we remove the excess off the pad with a moist cotton bud. And again, it leaves the wash in the tracks, look like it's accumulated in there, and then leaves that nice ingrained surface on the black track as well. Now, sorry, I was going to get something, but we talk about the antennas on the roof. I used some stretch sprue to add the 2 wet antennas at the back. GMGs were painted in black UMP primer, and then dry brushed in that gunmetal colour, a bit of wash over there and what have you, just to tie it into the rest of the model. Now, a couple of things have changed. One did get pointed out by my buddy Andy. Fuel stains. I wasn't too sure on fuel stains, and I'll be honest, I meant to add them and completely forgot. So I'll probably get it back out the case at some point. It's there somewhere. And we'll add those in because I think it needs a nice dry surface, the oil stains to go down well. And to do that, you literally make a wash out of black or really dark brown black oils. I probably use black, to be honest. And you put a little dab where you want it spilt, let that dry, and then come in with a thinner one and add it around the edges. And what that'll do, it'll spread it out. You can do it the other way around if you want. You put the thinner and then the thick on. In fact, you probably are better doing the thinner first, thinking about it. So put your thinner on first so it spreads, because it'll absorb into the paint, and then just put a thicker bit of wash in the middle, and that looks like where it's dropped and then spread out. So that's one thing I'd add. One thing I didn't add. And the other, on my tracks, I added highlight and used my graphite pencil. This thing, which again, invaluable tool. You can get them cheap off Amazon, eBay, whatever. It's a 4B graphite pencil. I added highlights to the edge of the tracks, the edge of the bodywork, and literally just look how the paint's worn away. What I did on my Leopard was when I had the tracks off, I ran that all where the road wheels would go. Because these are Lincoln length, there's no way to lie them out. I couldn't do it, and I completely forgot to add anything in there before I put them back on. So that's one thing I would have done. I would have removed the wash then where those road wheels go to look at worn. So they're the 2 things I would have added. Oil stains, fuel stains, and added in the tracks where the road wheels go. Other than that, I'm pretty happy how it looks. It turned out well, and I think it fools its scale as well. It doesn't look 48 scale. So yes, very pleased with that, and I can see me building loads more of these 48 scales in the future. I've added more and more to the arm. I think we're at about 17 kits now. Said a few weeks back I'm not going to buy loads, I've gone and bought loads. So I've got all different subjects and really enjoyed it at the minute. I need to get back to the P38, I need to get back to the MP46, I need to get back to the bike. These are all projects I want to work on, but I'm just enjoying the armour that much that that's what I want to work on just now. Now, we did review the GT4 Mustang. I want that to be my next probably car build and video build. It's up there, it's been reviewed, you can go back on the channel, so maybe we'll start that and get that filming as well. But for now, my main goal is I want to work on that Challenger. It's a kit. As soon as I saw it, even before I was building armour, I thought, I really want to build that because it looks fantastic. So that's what I'm going to do. Right, so we've seen that. There's no point going overhead because you see pictures of everything. The box is there for that. We'll have a quick look at the aquarium. So the last time you guys saw this, I had an absolutely brutal trim of all those plants over on the left hand side here. As you can see, they're growing back with a vengeance again. The one thing this does do in here is grow plants really fast. It shows how good of an ecosystem it really is. It's coming back. The algae seems to have subsided. There's still a little bit of it floating around, not literally. I've reduced the light level, reduced the feeding, although they don't get overfed anyway, to be honest. I went around and physically removed a lot of the algae too, so it seems to be getting it under control. We've literally got about half the light, or a good third less than what we had originally. Only one of the lights is on now. So hopefully we can get that in check and keep the algae at bay, because it's a pain, that's for sure. Everyone seems happy. There's more youngsters in there, young shrimp. All the fish seem happy. And the duckweed, as you can see, swimming around the top is absolutely mental. I literally scooped out the majority of that about a week ago. And if I lift you up, you look at the surface, it is near enough full again. So now the beauty of duckweed is you can see the size of those roots on it. It absorbs all those excess nutrients in there, taking up anything that the algae might use to grow. And it also removes all the, ammonia and what have you in there, which is the natural filtration of the system. That's how it works, which is why the plants grow so well. The fish produce ammonia. Any waste in there produces ammonia. It doesn't go through the nitrogen cycle. It just gets absorbed as ammonia, fertilizer, I suppose, by the plants. The plants grow, and that's it. That's how it works. That's how it works so well. It's completely unheated, completely unfiltered. All I've got on there is a power head. You can see at the top left. All that's doing is creating circulation, as you can see below duckweed, circulating around the tank. And the only reason that is in there is to ensure flow through the plants, which makes them grow better as well. We've got a very, very simple CO2 system, which just comprises of a compressed gas CO2 can and a very rudimentary plastic container. And that just injects a small amount of CO2 in there. And I do add some liquid fertilizers in there for the plants as well. Shrimp and fish are fed like every other day. The fish are fed more than the shrimp. The shrimp are scavengers. They'll go around eating everything else in the tank. The fish, as you can see, I think we've got about 8 endler guppies in there. All males, so they don't breed. I was literally overrun with them. And they all seem very happy. They all swim around together in a little school. And yeah, very, very happy. As you can see, the shrimp are all down the bottom. If I can zoom in without going mental, you can see I just threw a bit of food in there for them. We'll have a little bit of a feed down the bottom. You can still see a little bit of the algae just here. So hopefully that will dissipate over time. But the plants are growing in really well, because if you go over this side, you can see where some is creeping down the front again. Sent out its runners along the bottom. I think that's the Lidophenia sesamflora, I think it is. I always forget the names of these things. But yeah, it's doing well. It really is. Somebody asked me the other day as well, what is the leaf in there? There's an Indian almond leaf just there that adds natural tannins and antitoxins, supposedly, into the tank. Plus microbacteria grow on there, and the fish, shrimps absolutely love to graze off it. And if you look just, where's my finger, there's a bit of bark. And again, what that does, it colonizates with bacteria, and the shrimp just love to feed off it. But you can see the length of those duckweed roots, they are huge, absolutely huge. So yeah, it's doing really well. James's tank in the house is doing great as well. He's full of loads of little babies and that. I'll get a video of James's next time, because we did a good clean out of it the other day. Because it was overgrown, full of duckweed. That's where the duckweed comes from. Because if you think it grows fast in here, it grows even faster in James's little tank. It's in our kitchen. It's a little 40 litre with some balloon mollies, platies in there, and some Amano shrimp and a couple of guppies as well. And he loves it, absolutely loves watching them. And once I get a few more cherry shrimp, I'm going to give him some of my cherry shrimp in there as well. There we go then. Aquarium's looking good, growing back really well after its brutal trim a few weeks back. And hopefully got that algae under control. Fingers crossed, we shall see. Now, another thing, a big thanks to Phil, who sent me these stickers up here from his Tank Squadron 19 Squadron tank transporters. Messaged me on my Paul ISM page saying if he sent me some stickers, we would have put them in a video. Well, there they are there, pride of place, both of them up there. The challenge on the tank transporter, which looks epic. Tim's trying to get me to build one of those tank transporters. Don't think I'm there just yet, Tim, to be honest. So thank you, mate. I hope you enjoy seeing them in the videos, because they'll be there forever now. And that's I'm trying to fill that door with stickers. So if anyone's got any other stickers you want to send me and see them in videos, let me know. And there we are. So literally, I'm going to upload this. I'm going to get cracking on the Challenger tank. And yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at. I'll do another bench update halfway through this probably. And we'll come back and have a look how it's building. And we may get a review for the week. And if not, we will see you all on Friday for Friday night's live show. So thanks for watching today. As always, check out Intessa Scale Model Facebook page and forum, umpretail.com, where you can buy the Challenger and almost everything I use in my videos. Check out my Paul ISM page, where I share all my personal modelling work. And also check out the Ladder Bench page and the Off Air Hangout group. We start using Facebook Messenger for the Off Air Hangouts now. We still have to use 8x8 for the live feeds, but Facebook Messenger, I tried it yesterday and it seemed pretty stable. So if you want to join, just click on the link. You can pop in and join us. The link is on the Off Air Hangout group. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching today. I'll catch you all next time. Take care. Bye bye.